Welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be exploring this fascinating world of biohacking and personalized health.
hmm
And to guide us on this journey, we have insights from Gary Brecka, a human biologist
Yes.
who actually spent 20 years in the life insurance industry predicting lifespans.
Wow.
And now he's using that knowledge to help people live longer and healthier lives. So,
It's a fascinating perspective,
yeah,
right? To think about like
yeah,
somebody who's looked at
yeah,
thousands and thousands of medical records
exactly.
and seen the patterns and what really moves the needle
Yeah.
when it comes to longevity.
And what really caught my attention was his belief that simple nutrient deficiencies could actually be holding us back from
Right.
living our best lives.
Yeah.
And he's not just speculating about this, he actually has the data to back it up.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll be drawing a lot from his interview that he did on the YouTube channel, The Diary of a CEO,
Okay.
where he really unpacks this whole concept.
Cool.
So get ready to uncover some common deficiencies that we might not even be aware of.
Okay, we're going to talk about this thing called methylation. And you know how seemingly unrelated issues like brain fog or anxiety
Yeah.
might actually share a common root cause.
Interesting.
So pretty exciting stuff. And
Yeah.
we'll even get into some actual actionable steps to optimize our health straight from Gary's personal routine.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm excited to dive in. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it.
So, Gary uses this brilliant analogy in the interview, and he talks about a rotting palm leaf, right? And he says a botanist wouldn't just treat the leaf directly, they would actually analyze the soil for deficiencies.
Right.
And he's saying we need to view our bodies in the same way,
Yeah.
getting to the root cause of our health issues.
It's like we have more data about our cars than our own bodies.
It's so true. It's so true.
So where do we even begin to gather this crucial data?
Well, Gary recommends focusing on 3 key biomarkers. First, your glycemic profile. And this is all about your relationship with sugar and how efficiently your body actually uses insulin. So it's like a snapshot of your metabolic health.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then second, we have the hormone panel,
Okay.
which gives us a peek into your hormone levels and the nutrients needed to produce them.
Right, because hormones play such a crucial role in everything,
Well, they do.
from energy and mood to sleep and even how our bodies age.
That's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then finally, identifying any nutrient deficiencies.
Yeah.
You might be surprised how common these are.
Oh, I'm sure.
Gary's research shows that a significant portion of people are lacking sufficient vitamin D3, B12, and key minerals like magnesium and potassium.
Wow. It makes you wonder, like, what impact are those deficiencies having on our overall health?
Well, that's where Gary brings in this process called methylation,
Okay.
which is crucial for converting nutrients into their usable forms.
So, like, you could be eating all the spinach in the world, but if your body can't actually utilize those nutrients,
Right.
it's not doing you any good.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah. And Gary uses this simple example. He talks about spinach and sleep.
Okay?
And he's like, it's not the spinach itself that's helping you sleep. It's what your body converts it into through this methylation process.
I see.
So how does this methylation process actually work?
Well, there are 5 key genes that play a role,
Okay.
and any variations in these genes can impact the entire process.
Okay.
Gary describes it as dropping a sandbag early in the assembly line.
Right.
It disrupts the whole operation down the line.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And one of these genes, the COMT gene, has even earned the nickname the warrior gene
Oh, I've heard of this.
because of its connection to anxiety.
Yeah.
So think about it. Have you ever just felt anxious and there wasn't a clear trigger?
Oh, all the time.
It could actually be related to how efficiently your body is breaking down those fight or flight neurotransmitters,
Okay.
thanks to this COMT gene.
So someone with a variation in the COMT gene might experience like a buildup of these neurotransmitters,
Yes.
leading to those racing thoughts.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario thinking, and even disrupted sleep.
It's all connected.
Wow.
Right.
That's crazy.
And this is just like one gene.
Yeah.
So it's like, whoa.
This adds a whole other layer to like
It does.
why some people might be more susceptible to anxiety than others.
It really does.
Yeah.
And it makes you realize how important it is to have this baseline data to understand what's happening within our own bodies.
Totally.
And speaking of informed choices, Gary doesn't just identify the problems, he offers solutions.
Okay, good. Because I
Well-
can say that's great, but like, what do we do about it?
He outlines 5 daily habits that he swears by, and we're going to dive into those.
Okay, all ears.
He kicks off his day by drinking mineralized water.
Okay.
It's all about replenishing those trace minerals that are often missing from our modern diets.
That makes sense because we always focus on filtering out impurities.
Right.
but we forget about adding back in those essential minerals that our bodies crave.
Exactly. And then next up, he takes a DHEA, EPA fish oil or fatty acid supplement. This is a powerful combo that supports hormone balance and overall well-being.
So DHEA, that's crucial for hormone production, right?
Yes.
And EPA, that's an omega-3 fatty acid, and it's a potent anti-inflammatory.
Exactly.
Right, cool.
And here's one that initially surprised me. Gary's a huge advocate for grounding.
Grounding.
Yes.
Okay.
Walking barefoot on the earth, touching grass or sand.
Interesting.
All of this helps to discharge excess positive charge from our bodies
Okay.
and actually improve cell function.
Huh. You know, I've heard about this.
Yeah.
It sounds a little woo-woo, but there's actually some emerging research about
There is.
its positive effects on inflammation and even sleep quality.
Yeah, it's like we're discharging all that excess energy and returning to a more balanced state.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
Right.
Like hitting the reset button.
Yeah, and speaking of resetting, Gary's next daily ritual is breathwork.
Okay.
He does 3 rounds of 30 breaths with an extended breath hold every morning.
Wow, that's dedication. What's the reasoning behind such a specific practice?
Well, he explains that as we age, our posture tends to collapse,
Okay.
which leads to shallower breathing,
Okay.
meaning less oxygen is reaching our cells,
Right.
and carbon dioxide can build up.
So it's like manually overriding
Yeah,
that poor posture.
exactly. And then last but not least, we have the habit that might make some of you shiver.
Okay.
Cold showers.
Oh, I knew it.
He swears by them.
I've heard so many good things about cold showers, but I can't bring myself to do it.
I know they're tough, but he swears by them for invigorating the body, improving circulation, and boosting energy levels.
Well, there's definitely research behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Like cold exposure can activate the sympathetic nervous system,
Yeah.
release adrenaline. You get that feeling of alertness.
Yeah.
It boosts circulation, can even aid in muscle recovery.
So there you have it. Mineralized water, a fatty acid supplement,
Oh.
grounding breath work, and cold showers. Gary's daily recipe for optimal health.
It's simple yet powerful, right?
It is.
It's all about supporting your body's natural systems with these consistent daily practices.
Exactly. And it's not just about the physical benefits either.
Right.
Gary emphasizes the importance of these habits for mental clarity and emotional well-being, too.
So he's really looking at the whole picture.
He is.
That interconnectedness of our physical, mental, and emotional health.
Yeah.
That's what makes his approach so compelling.
No, Gary doesn't stop there. He also experiments with some more advanced biohacking tools,
Oh, really?
like red light therapy and hydrogen water.
Hold on. Hydrogen water.
Yeah.
I've heard of red light therapy, but hydrogen water, that's a new one for me.
I know.
What's the deal with that?
It's water infused with hydrogen gas.
Okay.
And apparently it's rich in antioxidants
Right.
and can help combat inflammation and enhance cellular function.
It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
I know.
I'm definitely curious to learn more about that.
And red light therapy has been getting a lot of buzz lately.
Yeah.
Gary claims that it can reduce inflammation, improve mitochondrial function.
But those are the powerhouses of our cells, right?
Yes, and even improve eyesight.
No, that's impressive.
He even convinced Joe Rogan to get a red light bed, and Rogan says his vision has gotten significantly better.
Now, that's quite the endorsement.
It is.
So we've got hydrogen water, red light therapy.
Yeah,
It's all very high tech.
it is.
But you know what I think is really interesting? Is that even with all these tools,
Yeah.
Gary still emphasizes the importance of something that's often overlooked,
What's that?
community.
Yes.
During his time in the life insurance industry, he observed a fascinating pattern.
Oh,
People who were more isolated tended to have shorter lifespans.
that's a little scary.
It's a sobering thought.
It is.
But it makes sense when you think about it. Humans are social creatures.
We are.
We thrive on connection
Right.
and belonging.
We're not meant to be alone.
Exactly. And research shows that loneliness and social isolation have serious consequences for both our physical and mental health.
Yeah. You know, he also noticed this trend of declining health after retirement, and he believes it's partly due to a loss of purpose.
Purpose is so crucial for our well-being.
It is.
It gives us direction, motivation, a reason to get up in the morning.
And when we retire, we often lose that sense of purpose that came from our work.
It's a transition that many people struggle with.
Yeah.
Finding new sources of meaning, whether it's through volunteering hobbies, spending time with loved ones.
Yes.
It's essential for maintaining that sense of fulfillment.
And Gary himself found a profound sense of purpose in helping others optimize their health.
Yeah, he's walking the talk.
He is.
And it's a reminder that no matter what stage of life we're in,
Yeah.
There's always an opportunity to find purpose and make a difference.
Now, before we move on, I want to touch on one specific aspect of Gary's past career that he finds particularly thought-provoking.
Okay.
He talks about how during his time analyzing medical records, he would often see these cases where simple nutrient deficiencies were being overlooked.
And that was leading to unnecessary suffering.
Exactly, and he felt powerless to intervene because of privacy laws.
It really highlights those limitations of our current healthcare system.
It does.
We're so focused on treating symptoms
Yeah.
rather than addressing the root causes of disease.
And he was seeing the pattern.
It was seeing the big picture.
He was,
Yeah.
and the missed opportunity.
It's like he had this insider knowledge
He did.
that most medical professionals don't have access to.
Yeah, and now he's using that experience to advocate for a more proactive and preventative approach to health.
I love that.
It's about empowering individuals to take control
Yes,
of their well-being.
it's a powerful message.
It is.
Imagine if we all had access to the kind of data that life insurance companies use to predict longevity.
Right.
We could use that information to really guide our health choices.
It would revolutionize healthcare.
It would.
Instead of waiting for diseases to develop, we could focus on preventing them in the first place.
That's the dream.
It is a really exciting possibility, and it all goes back to Gary's core message.
What's that?
Knowledge is power.
I love it.
The more we understand about our bodies, the more we can optimize our health and live our best lives.
That's true.
So on that note, let's shift gears a bit and talk about Gary's own journey with personalized health.
Okay.
Recently, he had a genetic test done that specifically looks at the 5 major genes involved in methylation.
Oh, yeah, the 10x genetic methylation test.
Yes.
So this analyzes your genes for variations that might affect your methylation efficiency.
Exactly.
So it's like getting a personalized roadmap
It is.
for your nutrient need.
It is. And what's really cool is that Gary actually shared his own test results in the interview.
Wait, he actually shared his genetic results.
He did.
That's pretty transparent.
He did.
I'm curious to see what his genes revealed.
Well, it turns out Gary pretty much won the genetic lottery.
Okay.
He has mostly what they call green genes.
So that means like his methylation pathways are functioning optimally?
They are.
He's a genetic superstar?
He is.
That's great news for him.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder, like, what about the rest of us who might not be so genetically blessed?
Right.
Like, where do we fall on that spectrum?
Well, that's where things get interesting.
Okay.
Gary had Dr. Carrie Sard, who's a functional medicine specialist, interpret his results and explain what they mean for his health.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Sard, she's the one who works closely with Gary on these genetic tests.
He does. And
Yeah.
she explained that the test results are color-coded for easy understanding.
Okay.
Green means you have 2 normal copies of the gene.
Gotcha.
Yellow means you have 1 normal copy and 1 variant.
Okay.
And red means you have 2 variants.
So the more red you have, the less efficient your methylation process.
Exactly.
It's like having those sandbag drops that Gary was talking about.
It is, and Dr. Sard emphasized that even 1 yellow gene can impact your health.
Really?
But the good news is you can often compensate for these variations with targeted supplementation.
So it's all about giving your body the specific nutrients it needs to kind of bypass those genetic roadblocks
Yes.
and function optimally.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And to illustrate the potential impact of these gene variations, Dr. Sard shared some extreme cases that she's encountered.
Oh, this is where it gets real.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready for some mind-blowing insights.
Okay, get this. She's seen cases where people with multiple red genes experience significant mental health challenges,
Wow.
including severe ADD, ADHD, OCD, manic depression, and even bipolar disorder.
That's a powerful illustration of that connection between our genes and our mental well-being.
It is.
Like, it really challenges that traditional view that mental illness is just a result of external factors or psychological trauma.
Right, like it's all in your head,
Exactly.
but it's not always the case.
It really underscores the importance of looking at the whole picture,
It does.
including our genetic predispositions.
It does.
Of course, it's not about determinism.
Right?
Our genes don't dictate our destiny, but they do provide this blueprint that influences our health and well-being.
Yeah. And Dr. Sard also explained that methylation issues can affect sleep, gut health, detoxification, inflammation,
Wow.
and even our ability to fight those harmful free radicals.
It's amazing how such a fundamental process can have such far-reaching effects.
It is.
It's a reminder that our bodies are incredibly complex
They are.
and interconnected.
And what's truly remarkable is that in many cases, Simply addressing these methylation issues through targeted supplementation can lead to significant improvements in health and well-being.
It's like unlocking your body's full potential
Yes,
by giving it the specific tools it needs to thrive.
that's a great way to put it.
It's not about like fixing the genes themselves.
All right.
It's about optimizing their function.
Exactly.
I like that.
That's what makes this whole deep dive into biohacking and personalized health so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's about understanding our individual blueprints and using that knowledge to make choices that support our optimal well-being.
It's about taking ownership of our health and becoming active participants in our own healing journey.
Yes. And the good news is even small changes can make a big difference.
Right.
Gary's 5 daily habits are a testament to that.
Absolutely.
We don't need fancy biohacking gadgets or expensive supplements to start optimizing our health.
It's about making those simple, sustainable choices that support our body's natural systems.
Exactly.
And it all starts with getting curious about our own individual needs.
Exactly what works for one person might not work for another.
Right.
It's about finding what works best for you based on your unique genetic makeup, your lifestyle, your health goals.
It's a journey of self-discovery.
It is.
And empowerment.
It is.
I love that.
Now, before we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, I want to share one final anecdote that highlights the power of Gary's insights.
Okay, let's hear it.
Remember those extreme cases that Dr. Sard described?
The ones with multiple red genes and those significant health challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, she said that their clinical team has had remarkable success in helping those individuals improve their health by addressing their methylation issues.
Wow, so they've actually seen symptoms become fully remissive
They have.
and lives transformed.
Yes,
That's incredible.
it is.
It gives me chills just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of personalized medicine and the incredible healing capacity of the human body.
And it all started with understanding those 5 key methylation genes and what they do.
It's a reminder that knowledge is truly power. The more we understand about ourselves, the more we can unlock our full potential.
Well said.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll take a pause here. When we return, we'll continue our exploration of Gary Brecka's insights into biohacking and personalized health.
Sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of biohacking with Gary Brecka.
Before we paused, we were discussing Gary's own genetic test results, specifically that 10x methylation test.
Right, the one that analyzes variations in those key genes
Yeah.
responsible for nutrient conversion.
Yeah. And if you recall, even though Gary had mostly green genes indicating optimal function, there was one yellow gene that stood out.
Oh yeah, the MTR gene.
The MTR gene, yes, the one involved in converting B12 into its active form.
Exactly. And Dr. Sard explained that this variation could make Gary less efficient at utilizing B12,
Right.
which is crucial for so many bodily processes.
It just goes to show that even someone who's considered a biohacking expert can have these genetic predispositions
Quite
that
a
need
lot.
attention. But the key is awareness.
Awareness, exactly.
Now, Gary knows about this variation. He can take steps to compensate.
Like supplementing with a methylated form of B12.
Exactly.
Right.
And it highlights the power of personalized health,
Yeah,
understanding your individual blueprint and making choices that support your unique needs.
absolutely.
And speaking of unique needs, Gary also revealed a gene mutation related to anxiety.
Oh, really?
Remember that warrior gene, the COMT gene we discussed earlier?
The one that helps break down those fight-or-flight neurotransmitters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, it turns out Gary has a variation that makes him more susceptible to anxiety. Dr. Sard even suggested that he might experience anxiety without consciously realizing it.
That's fascinating.
It is.
It just demonstrates that even those who are like highly attuned to their bodies can have these underlying genetic influences
Yeah.
affecting their well-being.
It really underscores the importance of getting that baseline data.
Absolutely. We can't address what we don't know.
Exactly.
Now, shifting gears a bit,
Yeah.
Gary also had some intriguing perspectives on modern medicine and our overall approach to healthcare.
He did. He had a lot to say about that.
What were some of his thoughts?
Well, he believes that the life insurance industry holds this treasure trove of data
Okay.
on human health and longevity
Interesting.
that could revolutionize how we approach medicine.
It's data that like medical professionals simply don't have access to?
They don't.
Yeah.
Gary envisions tapping into this wealth of information to make significant strides in preventing chronic diseases
Okay.
and extending lifespans.
It's a bold idea.
It is.
But think about it. What if we could shift from treating diseases after they develop
Right.
to actively preventing them.
That's the power of preventative medicine.
Exactly. And Gary sees biohacking as a key driver in this shift.
Yes, he does.
It's about taking control of our health and using data and technology to optimize our well-being.
It's about becoming the CEOs of our own bodies, so to speak.
I love that analogy.
Right.
And speaking of CEOs, Gary also highlighted the importance of purpose, especially as we age.
He observed that people who retire and lose their sense of purpose often experience a decline in health.
Yeah, it goes back to that fundamental human need,
Yeah.
having a reason to get up in the morning, something that gives our lives meaning and direction.
And Gary argues that purpose becomes even more crucial as we age.
Okay.
Keeps us engaged, active, and connected to life.
And it doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing.
No, it doesn't.
It could be as simple as spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, giving back to the community.
Exactly. It's about finding what lights us up and makes us feel alive.
Yeah.
Now, while we've focused a lot on the science and data behind biohacking, I'm curious about Gary's personal journey.
Me too. Like, what led him to this path?
Yeah.
Did he face any, his own health challenges?
It's an inspiring story, actually. Gary admits he wasn't always this biohacking guru.
Okay.
He was once driven by material success and wasn't prioritizing his health at all.
So what was his turning point?
It was during his time in the life insurance industry.
Oh, right.
Analyzing thousands of medical records really exposed him to the stark reality of preventable diseases and the missed opportunities for intervention.
Like he was witnessing this slow-motion train wreck that he felt powerless to stop.
Exactly, and it instilled in him this profound sense of responsibility to use his knowledge and experience to help others avoid a similar fate.
Wow, that's a powerful motivator.
It is, and it's evident in his passion and dedication to empowering others to optimize their health.
You can feel his sincerity.
You can.
It's not just about sharing information.
No.
It's about passing on this wisdom born from personal experience.
Yes.
And this deep desire to make a difference.
And it's contagious.
It is.
His enthusiasm makes you want to dive headfirst into the world of biohacking and start experimenting.
I'm feeling inspired.
I know, me too.
But it's important to remember that biohacking isn't a quick fix
Right.
or a magic bullet.
No.
It's not about finding that one secret hack
Right.
that will instantly transform your health.
Yeah.
It's about making sustainable lifestyle changes
Yes.
that support your body's natural healing ability.
It's a journey that requires patience and persistence.
True health optimization takes time.
It does.
There's no overnight solution.
And it's not solely about the physical aspects either.
Right.
Mental and emotional well-being are just as important.
It's about approaching health holistically.
Yes.
Addressing all facets of our being.
And that's what I appreciate about Gary's approach.
Yeah.
He's not fixated solely on extending lifespan.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of health span.
Health span.
Yes. The number of years we live in good health and vitality.
Yeah, it's about quality of life, not just quantity.
Exactly. And Gary believes that focusing on the fundamentals nutrition, sleep, stress management, movement, and connection can significantly enhance both our lifespan and our health span.
It's a message that resonates deeply.
It does.
We all want to live long, healthy lives.
You do.
Free from disease and disability.
Yes.
And Gary's insights provide a roadmap for achieving that goal.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to touch on one more fascinating aspect of Gary's work.
Okay.
His advocacy for using technology to track our health data and make informed decisions.
He often points out that we have more data about our cars and businesses than we do about our own bodies.
It's so true, and he believes that needs to change.
Yeah.
He envisions a future where we all have access to our personal health data
Okay.
and can use it proactively to support our well-being.
Imagine having a personalized dashboard for your body.
Right.
Tracking key metrics, making adjustments as needed.
And with the advancements in wearable technology and personalized genetic testing, this vision is becoming more and more attainable.
We're on the cusp of a healthcare revolution.
We are.
Shifting from a reactive to a proactive approach.
Yes.
From treating disease to preventing it.
And Gary Brecka is at the forefront of this movement,
Yeah.
leading the charge toward a future where we're all empowered to take control of our health and live our best lives.
His insights are truly groundbreaking and inspiring.
They are.
And we've only just begun to explore the wealth of knowledge he has to offer.
This deep dive has already been so enlightening.
It has.
We've uncovered a lot about biohacking, personalized health, and the power of understanding our unique blueprints.
We've learned about methylation, the surprising prevalence of nutrient deficiencies, and the profound potential of simple lifestyle changes to transform our health.
We've also peeked into the world of advanced biohacking tools like red light therapy and hydrogen water, and explored the significant impact of purpose, community, and connection on our well-being.
This has been an incredible journey of discovery,
It
and
has.
I'm so grateful to Gary Brecka for sharing his wisdom and insights with us.
He's a true pioneer in the field of biohacking, and his work is making a tangible difference in people's lives.
Now let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've learned so far.
Okay.
When we return, we'll wrap up our deep dive with some final thoughts and key takeaways from Gary Brecka's incredible interview. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of biohacking.
Yeah.
We've been exploring the fascinating insights of Gary Brecka and his approach to personalized health.
It's been quite the journey,
It has been.
from nutrient deficiencies to cutting-edge biohacking tools.
Yeah, well, one thing that really stuck with me was Gary's story about his time analyzing medical records and the life insurance industry.
Oh, yeah, you mean his realization that he was witnessing this slow-motion decline in people's health,
Yes.
often due to preventable factors.
Exactly. It was like he was watching a train wreck in slow motion, and he felt powerless to intervene. It really highlights how the traditional healthcare system often fails to address the root causes of illness.
It does.
We wait for diseases to develop, and then we just focus on treating the symptoms.
And his perspective, coming from the life insurance industry, is so unique.
Yeah.
He saw the patterns, the trends, the missed opportunities for prevention.
And it fueled his passion for biohacking,
It did.
empowering individuals to take control of their health destiny.
It's about understanding our individual blueprints, identifying potential weaknesses, and taking proactive steps to optimize our well-being.
We don't have to wait for a diagnosis to start taking care of our health.
We don't.
Biohacking gives us the tools and the knowledge to be proactive.
It's a continuous journey of learning and experimentation,
It is.
discovering what works best for our unique bodies.
And the field is constantly evolving.
Yes, it is.
New research and technologies.
All the time.
It's an exciting time to be exploring
It is.
the frontiers of human potential.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'd love to hear your final takeaways.
Oh, let's see. I think Gary's emphasis on simple, sustainable changes really hit home for me.
Yeah.
We don't need to overcomplicate things.
Sometimes the most profound transformations come from incorporating those small, consistent habits
Exactly.
that support our body's natural healing abilities.
Like his 5 daily non-negotiables.
Yes.
Mineralized water, fatty acid supplements, grounding breathwork, and cold showers.
It might seem basic, but it creates such a powerful foundation for overall well-being.
And it's not just about the physical benefits.
Right.
These practices have a ripple effect on our mental and emotional states as well.
They do. I'm also intrigued by the potential of personalized genetic testing
Yeah.
to guide our health choices.
Imagine having that level of insight into your individual needs.
It's like having a personalized roadmap to optimize your health,
It is?
allowing you to make informed decisions about nutrition, supplementation, and lifestyle choices.
And as technology continues to advance, this kind of personalized approach to health will become increasingly accessible.
It's an empowering shift.
It is.
We're moving away from that one-size-fits-all model of healthcare
Right.
towards a more individualized and proactive approach.
I like that.
So if you're feeling inspired to embark on your own biohacking journey,
Yeah.
remember to start small, be patient, and listen to your body.
Experiment with different practices and find what works best for you.
And never underestimate the power of simple, consistent actions to transform your health and well-being.
Well said.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of biohacking.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've gained valuable insights and feel empowered to take control of your health destiny.
Absolutely.
Remember, knowledge is power.
Yes.
And the more we understand about our bodies, the better equipped we are to live long, vibrant lives.
Couldn't agree more.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration of human potential.